bonding, sharing, feeling, deepening, sharpening, tightening our passion for each other every day. When we went together in flesh, we reached contact in spirit. Dedication was done with frequent tech communication. Instant mobile calls, Skype calls, Facebook calls. Our efforts naturally grew us closer together. Every night escalated to making each other laugh, falling asleep to our voices on the phone, to then dreaming of physical solidarity. Two individuals undeniably falling in love, battling uncontrollable thoughts about one another. Every night delighting, enchanting, pleading to speak. Then before we'd come to that closure, repetitively, we speak the three magic words, I love you. Intimacy, chemistry, eventuated unmoderately. Automatically, feelings were strengthened on a daily. It was a friendship, role played out like a relationship, wrongly illustrated. For our deeper pursuing friendship, spiritually connected, magnitude us to each other, now too deeply involved in one another, we became extremely offended by the word just, friends, at some stage for his brain to even comprehend. I was deeply wanting to remain just friends, but the word just friends was even too lightly described. We knew we overly admired each other. It was seen by how we looked, touched, spoke with each other. Just us, being in the same presence of one another, made each other's stomachs squeal. The thought of him investing in me was real, but you see, that's destined for someone else to reveal, which I personally knew. It secretly pained his soul. But my love between him and God was so discreet, I knew I had to let him go before our lives spiraled out of control. But as witnessed, not everybody is for everybody. So I purposely pushed our relationship guarantee further out into the deep blue sea until answers were not evident from me. Responsibly, it led to confusement and vulnerability. We lusted, but being headstrong, I dusted the inner thoughts of how I truly felt. For physically felt so good, but spiritually so wrong. When gently rejected by me, he found himself, but when out in the mist, suddenly would lose himself, lost in love. He instantly engaged his soul to someone else. Secretly, I was in a predicament of jealousy, instead of seeing a sweet escape from our dysfunctional bond. But confidently, I knew I weren't around to stay, so I accepted the situation, no hesitation. Doors were left wide open for anyone to come and change the scenery, for we weren't relationship stamped. It was hopeless time wasting getting closer, as it would lead to an explosion of amputation. Blood transfusion would have filtered cells diluted with the wrong pigmentations, opening doors to disturbia. I guess friendship with relationship expectancies was a bad idea. For him, encouraged by moi, to find an actual certified partner. So I had no right to complain when he pursued and confided in one. Further on, our plans overnight to reunite had been so long. It got us both internally, externally excited. Our last chance to ignite before I took flight. It stirred emotions like a standing ovation. When our eyes rejoined, physically, spiritually, our connection reborn. A deduction of integrity, stability between him and his woman came the moment we revived. Back at it again with our weak selves. Even though I may have been a rebound at this stage, for the absence of his woman nowhere to be found. At our ages, me, you, and hers, we should only be interested in consistency, stability, respect, and loyalty. No excuses for none of our actions. And lightning struck when she suddenly strikes like a thief in the night, coming unexpected. What him and I had got on had to be suspended. This woman knew what she detected by how I reacted, so she questioned him and he confessed it. It was not cheating, for the long silent treatment was what she suggested. A fight she now wanted, but I was not interested. Fighting for something that was not mine to begin with was pointless. Mixed emotions between us all scattered, consisting of jealousy, intimidating, infuriating pain, especially when she realized her man had laid with another person whom he had spoken so highly of before he'd even met her, to her. She internally fought angrily, pretending to get along with me. Her feelings gradually turned into something ugly, excruciating, conflicting. Unnecessary competition began envying me. Her obsessity in seeing me not with him uncomfortably hovered me. It refused her to compromise. She became delusional daily by the sight of me. It refused her to compromise. To prevent me not to enjoy my last journey, she now had to get him hypnotized. She can picture herself breaking my arm. Her knowing his strengths and weaknesses, she's now glowing in knowing exactly what to do to touch his heart to stretch us apart. Now, I knew his decision to choose between me or her was as intense as an afro being cane-rolled. He wanted both ladies. Ideology of having a cake and having to eat it too poured him through, but now his fun was coming to an end. She had the right qualities that were winning against me, and so the time came, and as expected, he teamed with her, and together they fought against me as if I was the enemy. I felt like Jesus, betrayed in the act when Judas had forsaken him. The flame in me dimmed. I had stood there, knocked out, startled, realizing what him and I had was special, but stopped being special the moment he pursued an actual relationship, certified partner. I couldn't fight a relationship over a just friendship. It was a friendship destined to die. I felt myself eroding, my head exploding. This chick and her kids grew on him. With manipulation, she weakened him. The friends with benefits weren't cutting it, so she won, using the two, become one. Theory to him. Confusement entered our ship. Because literally, I felt he developed enough care to not ever leave me or hurt me. But who was I kidding? Only Yeshua had sworn that, and has proven not to be a letdown like man. No genuine feelings of immensity, of sensitivity inside of him has shown when she pulled up to confirm our friendship was ever constant. I guess she came at the right time. We had done our time. Our energies transferred back to dust. Were we just dancing in the name of lust, not love? Were we just dancing in the name of lust, not love? Were we just dancing in the name of lust, not love? When you were torn, lonesome, was it not me before her you were thinking of? These kind of things I may never deeply know. 100 to now 0 with you. My heart sunk with disappointment. A fallible lesson learned is effortless communication when there's no goal, motivation. When you're wholeheartedly involved in someone, don't get your feelings tangled up in a twist. They'll become a comforter in your brain, who will then tangle up in your brain. Lesson learned, when you're invested spiritually, mentally and emotionally, you will be changed by love. Our chain was broken the second he pursued another chain to something magical and identical to what we had. Keep your friends friends and your partners partners, because entwining the two will end disastrous. For without thinking obviously, wishful thinking most likely, you helped her stick to a bottle and have a gut of me. From then on I became sick in agony. My stomach turned inside of me, my eyes, my vision blurred. Good, I did not want to see you both stuck the bottles deeper to get me weak until you felt me bleed. Lesson learned. Had this been hers, I would never have made you leave, like how she made you leave me. No. Be careful who you allow to lead in this life. But with all that said, I am through. So Mr. Tight, hold tight, for I have been ready, steady, maturing, messing up for you. Previewed in my imperfections, I will perfect them, and not waste no more time by the wrong guy, hurting myself instead of curing, bettering myself. With all that said, I will wait for him, yes, I will.